A family and consumer sciences class is making pillows and blankets to donate to a local shelter. The class has 40 yards of fabric to use. Pillows require 1.25 yards of fabric and 1 hour to make. Blankets use 4 yards of fabric and take 2.5 hours to make. The class has 28 hours of class time left for the semester. Determine the number of pillows and blankets the class can make for the shelter. First thing we want to do is define the variables and write a system of inequalities to represent the situation. We're going to let P represent the number of pillows the class can make, and B represent the number of blankets the class can make. Fabric and time are two constraints on the numbers of pillows and blankets the class can make. Since each pillow uses 1.25 yards of fabric and blankets use 4 yards of fabric, the inequality that represents the fabric constraint is 1.25p plus 4b has to be less than or equal to 40. Because remember, we have 40 yards of fabric total that we can use. So we can't go over 40. It has to be less than. We can use exactly 40, so it can be equal to, but it cannot be more than that. Making the pillows take 1 hour, and making the blankets takes 2.5, I think is what it said. Yes, 2.5 hours. Since the class only has 28 hours left, the inequality that represents the time constraint is P, or 1P, which we don't have to write the 1 in front of, it's just a placeholder, plus 2.5B, because it takes 2.5 hours for the blankets. And that has to be less than or equal to 28, because we only have 28 hours. We can't go over 28. The next thing is we want to graph those. So when we graph the one for the fabric constraint, we can see that if we make 10 blankets, we're not going to be able to make any pillowcases at all. If we make, what is this going by, threes? So 32-ish pillowcases, we're not going to make any blankets. But anywhere in here is going to be a combination of blankets and pillowcases that will use up our 40 yards. Going by our time, if we spend all of our time making blankets, we won't get any pillowcases made. And conversely, if we use all of our time to make pillowcases, we won't make any blankets. And anything underneath this is going to be a amount of time that works to make both combinations. And the green is where we have enough fabric for both and we have enough time for both. So we could make 8 blankets and up to 6 pillowcases. We could make 6 blankets and up to 12 pillowcases, right? Anything in this green section is going to be both of them. Only whole number solutions make sense in this situation. So we could do 4 blankets and 15 pillowcases, or anything in this green section, right? We're not going to make 4.5 blankets. That'd be weird. Can the class make 2 blankets and 24 pillowcases? Think about that and put that answer into your notes. Have it ready to go because you will see that question again later on our Canvas page. 2 blankets and 24 pillowcases.